So, whichever years that come at a total of two, or date which is on a number two, they should be careful functioning on those dates. Hi, this is Kanika. Today, as of now, I'm going to be talking about number two. I had made an episode on number two before this one. So I thought I might as well finish as much as I can in the second episode. So let's get to know more about number two. Number two people, temperament wise, they are very romantic, very intuitive. They have a very strong gut feeling, which, if you remember, I had said in my previous video that number two and number seven have a connect, and they are like two sides of a coin. So they have a lot of things in common, the similarities like their like depressive state, or being very emotional, or anxiety problems. So this is one thing. This is one of the hindrances of number two, which uh, they don't. I mean, it's not that they know what they're doing. It just so happens because the number is ruling them. And I don't think anybody would want to spoil their mood for no reason when everything is absolutely okay around them. But the number plays a role in their lives. So you can't help being what you are. But yes, as I said, you're very creative and very artistic, full of talent and mainly creativity. But do not do it on time. So that affects and hinders their path, their performance. And as they're emotional, one minute they're in a certain mood, the next minute they're in another one. So at times it can hamper their relationships with their near and dear ones, because everybody is not comfortable with a person who has mood swings. Or maybe at the time when you are not in a good mood, you could say something such or behave in such a manner that the other person would not want to be around. So this is one thing that you have to keep a check on and work on as much as you can. Otherwise, it's going to keep obstructing your path. So, due to which, in spite of being a soft person, aggression will take over. So, to have a control over all these things, I know it's not easy to control these kind of behaviors because they come naturally to you. You're not actually bringing it out from within, it's just happening. But still, you need to slightly be aware and conscious of the fact that yes, this is a tendency I have and I need to be careful about it. Otherwise, being very artistic and very creative, they can win and gain a lot of opportunities, but because they procrastinate, they do not make it reach its a destination or level that you need it to reach. So otherwise they don't have as such any drawbacks in them. Happy people. But this thing, if they work on, they can really achieve a lot. Now if we talk about their temperament, where their romance in life is concerned, they are very romantic, as I said before, and because of which they usually have quite a number of relationships before they get into one final relationship. And that is also because they're very impulsive about getting into a relationship. whoever they get close to and they think that this person is just right for them, they move ahead with having a relationship. And then eventually, when they feel that this person is not right for them, they move on and tend to maybe find someone else who is like minded. But this is one trait that they do have a few people or affairs in life until the period they do not get married, or they will get married to the person that they've had an affair with. But you can't say that they've stuck to one person only. It could be that they could be quite a number, 3 or 4, before you end up with the right person. And it is not necessary that you shall end up with the right person also, because your decision making is very quick, and you tend to be very impulsive while taking a decision, finding your life partner or the person you are in love with. So at times it fires back, and but it's your luck and destiny. At times you end up with the right person, and there are times when you've made a mistake, but you do continue with your relationship and do justice to it. So that is one thing, that time your loyalties and your honesty is there, and you stick by it. So this is also something which number 2 people should watch before getting into a relationship with anybody, that get to know the person much more than required, because they are very hasty in taking decisions like this. Let's talk about the lucky days for them, or the lucky dates. Now, number 2 is a very unpredictable number, as I said, and I've spoken so much about the temperament, that number 2 being lucky for itself can also be unlucky for itself, because it is the number of the moon, and the moon has a tendency to change every day. So some days could be very, very gainful for them, and some days could not go in favor of them. So you cannot say that number 2 for sure is the number for number 2. Though, of course, number 1, number 7 are 2 numbers also which have a lot to do with number 2 and do very well with number 2. So whichever years that come at a total of 2, or their birth, their date year comes to a number 2, or a date which is on a number 2, they should be careful functioning on those dates. Usually I suggest that you should be encashing those dates, but these dates for you could go against you also. For some reason that spur of the moment, the moon is not at your advantage, or it's in a phase where changing and is going to have a negative impact on you. So it is best that the dates that like the 2nd, the 11th, 20th and 29th, these are dates that you need to be careful of while doing anything constructive or positive on those dates. Otherwise, number 1 and 7 are good for you, so you can use those dates to your advantage. And as it's the number, color of the moon, so the color of the moon is mostly whitish or off-white, slight soft color, nearest to off-white and white. So that is your color which you should be using more frequently and wearing it most of the time. But of course, one can't stick to one color all the time. But you can keep it with you as a color that stays with you all the time, like in the form of a handkerchief or a piece of cloth that you keep in your wallet. could carry that color along with you all the time, which would, of course, benefit you in some way or the other. So, I shall not be telling you about the numbers that are not lucky for you, because I'll be talking about it in my next video, where I have loads of things to discuss with you regarding your health, your uh, things in life that could happen, and various other things that I think number two should know. And I don't think anybody should worry about what I said about number two, because number two is full of potential, and the only thing that is a setback for them is their emotional state. And if they try to control that, then there is nothing to worry about. Everything will be smooth and good. So I shall end it here and shall continue with the next number that I'm getting ready for my next video. Till then, do see all the other videos that I've made, and I hope I have been able to reach out to you and give you some information correctly regarding whatever number I've spoken about. So thank you, and we shall be meeting soon.